Maybe I should. Is it gold or pink? Oh my god, this is so pretty. Hey guys, it's me, Aina. Welcome back to my channel with another video. If you're new here, welcome. If you've been here before, hi. I'm happy to be back on my channel because I haven't posted for like 2 months, I think. And I think the last video was my 2022 reading wrap-up. I don't remember the title, but yeah, I posted 2 months ago and I'm back with another video. So hopefully this video is going to be short because I want to share with you guys all the reading updates. I'm really excited, so let's get into the video. A little bit of life update since it's April now. I moved out. It's still surreal to me that I'm in my own apartment. I mean, it's shared with my best friend, so I moved out with her. We got ourselves our own apartment and it's really cool. It's been scary actually, like the whole process. It's been scary, overwhelming. I've had a couple of mental breakdowns because of how overwhelming it has been. So I've been staying here for 2 months already, and I still can't believe it's been 2 months that I'm here. So far it's been great. I feel much more content and it's been exciting because there's just a lot of stuff that I feel that's now have been lifted off of me, if that makes sense. And I'm just happy to be where I am now, and hopefully I can keep being in this position where I am now because I'm actually like genuinely quite happy at where I am. I changed my poetry account username. So it used to be Anna Poetry _. Now it's Anna Michael Poet, which is technically like a synonym of my real name and my dad's name. So that's pretty cool. If you guys haven't followed me yet on my poetry account, please do. I'm also active on my bookish account, which is technically my personal account, Hey Aina. I have several books with me at the side because I want to show you the new books that I recently got. My March reads and my April currently reading, and technically my April TBR, well, my non-realistic April TBR, and I will tell you why it's non-realistic. So let's get into the new books that I just recently got. So I recently got 4 books and all of these are from Shopee. So the first book that I got, I'm really excited that I got this because at first I wanted to purchase this somewhere else, but it was a bit pricey, and this one I found it's a pre-loved that someone was selling on Shopee, which is William Shakespeare's sonnets. So it has all 145 or 54 poems. I don't remember. It's 100 and something. So it has all the collection of sonnets from William Shakespeare, and I'm really excited because I've wanted to own and read more of Shakespeare's sonnets actually, and to do my own research because recently I've been into writing sonnets myself. So if you guys want to read a few sonnets that I've posted on my poetry account, do give it a read because Shakespeare, I am coming for your throne. The next book that I got is this, The Midnight Library by Matt Haig. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Also, if you hear the fireworks, please ignore it because right now it's Ramadan and it's nearing to Raya. So there's been a lot of fireworks recently and I'm really excited because like, oh my god, Raya is close. Anyway, yeah, The Midnight Library. I've seen on Bookstagram and TikTok about this book, so I was like, this book sounds familiar, and that's why I got it. Also, it has the word library, so I'm guessing it's about books, but I have no idea. I don't remember what's the synopsis is about. So yeah, I can't wait to read this too. So the third book that I got is Verity by Colleen Hoover. I wasn't expecting to read another Colleen Hoover book because my first, and I thought was going to be my last, was Ugly Love. And if you've seen my previous videos, I said that I hate and love that book so much. So if you guys want to know why, go check that video out if you haven't. But the reason why I got this book is because the synopsis was really interesting. It's about this struggling writer named Lowen Ashley. She just got this gig to help co-write Verity, which is another famous author in this world basically in this story, and things happened. So there's like mystery. It's quite thrilling, and the plot was kind of intriguing and engaging. I could not put this book down, so I read this in like several days actually. I was quite surprised and like taken aback at how good this book actually was. Like, aside from the spicy scenes and the very disturbing scenes also in this book, if you've read it or heard about it, then you know what those disturbing scenes are. I was intrigued onto like wanting to know what the hell happened in the end, because I wanted to know who the hell is Jeremy? Is Jeremy the one who's the bad guy? And like, there's a whole mystery around it. And like I said, the plot and storyline was very engaging, and I was like really like I was really hooked on this book. Hopefully I get to post a book review for this soon, so you can know my thoughts and feelings about this book. The last book that I purchased is a blind date with a book. This is really interesting because when I saw this on Shopee, I was like, oh, this is interesting to purchase. Like, I still don't know what this book is. I told my friend to check it for me, and I told her not to tell me what's the title and all of that. All I know is that it's poems of love, death, grief, possibilities, childhood, the stars, parenthood, gardening, and Latin. I don't know why it says Latin. So at first I thought, oh my god, did I just purchase a book in Latin language? Like, so I'm going to do an unboxing. It's not really an unboxing. I'm going to reveal the book here together. So this is my first reaction, and I'm really excited to open it. So let's open it together. Oh my god, the cover. I just saw the cover. It's so pretty. What the hell? The cover is right here. Okay, I don't want to open the cover yet. I'm gonna open it backwards. Maybe I should. Is it gold or pink? Oh my god, it's in gold. Oh my god. Oh. Oh my god, this is so pretty. Ooh, I've never seen this book. Ooh, can you see that? I know the lighting sucks, but look at that. It's called Sincerity by Carol Ann Duffy. And this is how the back looks like. So I love this gold foil thing on the cover. This is really nice, and it looks like kind of a mirror if you look at it correctly. This is how the inside looks like. Just a normal poetry book. Interesting. Oh my god, I have another poetry book. This is really cool. I can't wait to read this. Yeah, oh my god, cool. So these are all the books that I purchased from Shopee recently. Okay, so let's get into my March wrap up. I read these 3 books. So the first book is The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. This was a nice and simple read. I feel like if you want to add more books to your reading goal, but you don't have the mood to like read very serious books, series, or like, you know, those type of high fantasy or whatever, like mystery or thriller, I feel like this would be a nice addition to like just add more books to your reading goal, because it's short and simple. And I think this is also a classic book. So my classic book for March is The Catcher in the Rye. And at first I didn't really understand what the book is about or like where it's going. But then I realized that this book is basically about transitioning from high school to adulthood and what the main character was going through. It's really interesting to see the main character, but at first when I was reading, like when I was a quarter into the book, I was like, okay, basically what I'm getting, the main character is depressed and he thinks everyone is annoying. That's what I got at first. But then when I finished reading and I did some research because I wanted to understand in a more deeply manner, and it was about transition. It was about, you know, finding out what's your next purpose in life basically once you finish high school. And this book got me thinking, when I finished high school and entering university, I was like, it was really tough transition, like entering a new big chapter, going to university. Like sometimes I'm sure people would think the same way. Like when we were in high school, we didn't thought we would live up until where we are now, because back then when I was in high school, I didn't thought I would ever get out of high school. High school felt like it's forever. But then when I reached 17, 18, oh, we had to continue studies to university. So this was really interesting, like to reminisce back into my own thoughts and feelings going from high school to university and basically entering adult life. And also this new transition that I'm going through right now also, because right now, you know, I transitioned from my old house to my own home, and it's just very overwhelming and scary and also sad at the same time. So like a lot of emotions kind of stirred up inside me basically when I read this, and like I get to reminisce back what I've felt in the past, like several years before. So yeah, this was a really interesting read. Surprisingly, I really enjoyed it. It was simple, straightforward, and you can technically understand it from the get-go. So the next book that I finished in March is The Devil Makes Three. Surprisingly, I really enjoyed it. I think this is also kind of like an enemies to lover, because the two main characters at first, they really hated each other in the beginning, and then once you go through the storyline, it just gradually grows into this really cute relationship. Throughout this whole book, I was so giddy. I was so like I was giggling to myself whenever they interact with each other. But also this book is quite horrific, because it has some horror and thriller and mystery elements also. When you read this book, it feels like you're watching a horror movie actually, because there's a lot of scary scenes, a lot of jump scares basically. So like pro tip or like an advice, do not read this book at night if you're a scaredy cat like me, because I kid you not, every time I hear a small noise anywhere in the house, I would jump, or I would like quickly check and like, what the hell was that? So yeah, don't read this book at night if you're scared. The last one is, finally I finished the Skullman series. I've been reading this since last year, and finally in March I get to finish the third book in the series, The Golden Enclaves by Naomi Novik. I kind of want to do a separate video basically talking about the Skullman series, because I have some thoughts and feelings about the whole, like the overall story and all of the three books, because I feel like if I do talk about it in this video, it will be really long. Be on the lookout for that book review soon. This book was a bit underwhelming because I don't really know how to put my thoughts into words right now, but I enjoyed it, but at the same time I didn't really like it. The only parts that I like one of the parts that I do like and enjoyed was the ending. The ending and the middle part where Galadriel had to do something with two of her friends. So that was like very adventuristic. That was very adventurous, and it got me to be more engaged in the storyline, because to be honest, from the start I wasn't really engaging. I felt like I just wanted to get over with this book, and that's something about me. I do not DNF books easily unless I'm in a long reading slump. My March reads, it's these three, and yeah, let's move on to my April TBR, my non-realistic April TBR, because I'm quite adventurous if I show you these books that I want to read, but then again, I would just disappoint myself. When I was choosing my April TBR, it's this much. And obviously I'm not gonna read all of these books in April, because it's already mid-April and I'm still reading my three current books simultaneously. So yeah, and I'm quite a slow reader. I'm not a fast reader like I've seen other people, which I wish I was, but I don't think I can, because I honestly won't comprehend the story and what I'm reading basically. My three current reads right now are these 3 books, and so far my reading progress is quite good but a bit slow. Like, it's a bit slow than what I'm expecting to reach. Actually, the first book is this one, Anything That Isn't This by Chris Priestley. I've been wanting to start this book since I got this like a couple months ago. So this book is really interesting because, one, the vibe of it is just very gloomy, and I'm like, okay, this book is interesting. And it's about this main character named Frank. He's also going through a transition, and something is about to happen, I feel like, because I'm already like this much in. So I'm starting chapter 17 and I'm on the page of 103. And also there are illustrations in this book, so that's really cool. So far so good. I'm more engaged with this book compared to the other 2, and yeah, I'm happy that I'm reading this right now because I've been wanting to start this for quite a while. So the second book that I'm currently reading is this one, The Secret History by Donna Tartt. This book also I've been wanting to start reading ever since I got it, but I keep putting it off because I've been reading other stuff. I am in chapter 2, and this book is also making me realize that I hate long chapters. I really do. I hate long chapters because it will remind me of how slow I am reading, because sometimes my goal is to read 1 chapter a day, or like 2 chapters a day, or at least 5 chapters a day if the chapters are not that long, and if I have my full time with the book. So far it's really interesting. I'm still starting, like the story is just starting. So what's the main character's name? I forgot. One thing about me, when reading 3 books simultaneously, I would forget which character is in which book, honestly. Oh, the main character in this is Richard. So he just met his 5 other classmates. So I feel like the story is just about to start and everything. So it's really interesting. I'm even annotating some stuff. I put out like some points that I want to annotate. So the third book that I'm currently reading is the Graces series by Laura Eve. There are these 3 siblings who are suspected to be witches, which they technically are because it says in the synopsis. The second book is called The Curses, which I'm planning to read this month also, once I finish this, and hopefully I can read these 2 in April. If not, I'm just going to read this and bring this forward to May. Yeah, the other 3 books that I'm planning to read in April, these 3, I've been meaning to start this too ever since I got it, which is The Quiet at the End of the World. Because the story is a bit interesting. That's why I've been meaning to read this. So once I at least get all of the 3 books at the mid pages, then only I'll probably start this, but I'm not quite sure yet. And the other 2 books are classics, which until now I still don't know which I want to pick up first, because this one is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee, and this one is Charlotte Bronte, Jane Eyre. Yeah, so I want to read this because I've seen the film like a long time ago, so I really want to rewatch the film again, but I won't do it until I read this first. But look how thick it is, and yeah, I've had this for quite a while, as you can see the stained pages already. So I don't know. I don't know which book I want to read, because this one is at least thin, and I feel like I can manage to read this at least by the end of April, but I'm not entirely confident in myself. But yeah, I still don't know which book I want to read for April's classic, but these 2 are in my mind. I hope you guys enjoyed all of the books that I just mentioned. If you guys have read or are planning to read these books in the future, do let me know. If you've read any of the books that I've mentioned, do let me know what you think of it without spoiling it in the comment section, or let me know what is your next read, or what's you're currently reading right now, and how many books are your goals to read for April. I think that'll be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed filming this. Please do subscribe and follow all of my socials, and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Comment anything you guys want to comment down below, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!